welcome inside Carver Hawkeye Arena. We are ready to go in the rematch. Another top 25 showdown. Updated rankings came out today. Indiana slid 5 spots to number 10. Iowa up a peg to number 21. Grace Berger and the Hoosiers on the ball to start. A drive inside and a missed runner by Berger out of bounds, and it's Iowa ball.
It just is going to take seeing the ball going into the basket for this Indiana team to get some confidence.
Here's McKenna Warnock for 3, and Iowa off to a great start.
Warnock missed 4 games with a wrist injury, but she came back and was on fire last game against Indiana. The Hoosiers cannot let her get confident early.
This is an all-time series that's been dominated by Iowa, 52-21. There's Mackenzie Holmes with a pretty mid-range jumper.
Not just Mackenzie Holmes, that's old-school Mackenzie Holmes that we would see prior to her injury. Those are the types of buckets the Hoosiers need to try to get Holmes.
In Iowa City, this is a series that has been overwhelmingly in the Hawkeyes' favor. They've won 20 of the last 21 matchups at home against Indiana. Caitlin Clark is off the mark on her first try of the game.
Carver Hawkeye Arena is so hard to play at. It gets loud in there. It's an interesting arena from the standpoint of you walk in and you are right there.
You told me, and you pointed this out in the box score, the rebounding margin was so lopsided in Iowa's favor. Alexa Goulbe misses the 3-pointer. That's something that the Hoosiers coaching staff circled.
Well, the Hawkeyes were plus 14 in that rebounding margin, so Iowa got more possessions, which leads to buckets like this for Monika Czinano.
It's about as easy as it gets for Monika Czinano. Caitlin Clark is averaging around 27 points per game, but Iowa has another 20-point-per-game scorer in Monika Czinano. It's an amazing offense. Mackenzie Holmes off the mark, rebounds Czinano, and Caitlin Clark's got it now.
It's going to be important for Indiana to slow down Iowa, especially in transition, because nobody in college basketball is better in the open court than Caitlin Clark, because she can do just that. Keep it for herself or facilitate.
Some easy buckets for Iowa in the early going here. Indiana's not going to like that. Final week of the regular season in Big Ten women's basketball.
She thinks there's 8 teams in the Big Ten that could potentially get into the NCAA tournament. In this league so far in the season, everyone has beaten each other up from top to bottom. There is no safe W in this league.
Kate Martin for 3. Off the front iron, Czinano with the quick putback.
Indiana has to get a body on Czinano and box her out, a butt in the gut to get her out of position, because Czinano is so aggressive going up for rebounds.
Berger tries the up and under over Martin, and the rebound to Gabby Marshall. Cardano-Hillary picks her pocket and hits the bank shot. Nicole Cardano-Hillary averages over 2 steals per game. She got 1 there.
Cardano-Hillary is so annoying to play against if you're a ball handler, because she gets nice and low and can swipe at the ball, has great timing when it comes to those steals.
Indiana down 5, a little over 3 minutes in. Chance to make this a 1-possession game. Pat Berg, the 7-year player. There's the weak side rebound and cleanup for Keandra Brown, the sophomore from Montreal.
I've never heard that phrase before, ever. It looks like, listen, anytime you get hit in the face, it hurts.
Warnock a tad strong from deep. That ball was out of bounds, by the way, on the last possession over the backboard, so that's why Indiana has it. No fouls assessed there. Grace Berger picks up her dribble. Cardano-Hillary. 5 to shoot for Berger. Chloe Moore-McNeil, 4-3.
Moore-McNeil doing a great job making herself available, and she's been consistent coming off the bench as a spark for Indiana to give them a little bit of scoring, especially from beyond the arc.
Thrown away, careless pass. Caitlin Clark wasn't even looking, and Indiana has a chance to run. 7-0 run for the Hoosiers, very impressive after the hot start by Iowa. Alexa Goulbe, the 6'3" senior from Latvia, with the stick back.
Goulbe has had an excellent last 6 weeks for Indiana, especially stepping up in the absence of Mackenzie Holmes. Goulbe has been one of the most consistent double-figure scorers on this squad.
A starting lineup for 4 straight games. She had not started a game in her career before this year, and she has really stepped into a larger role for Lisa Bluter's Iowa Hawkeyes.
And in a bigger picture as Berger drives in and gets the N1 to go.
Season yesterday, there were 5 teams still alive for a Big Ten regular season crown as Berger completes the three-point play. Iowa 11-4 in conference, Indiana 11-3. Czinano jockeying for position against Mackenzie Holmes from the elbow. Beautiful off-ball movement by Czinano to make herself open there.
And that's actually a little further away than we're used to seeing Czinano shoot. However, if she can start knocking down consistently from about 10 to 15 feet, that just opens up the interior.
Mackenzie Holmes just a tad strong. Indiana wanted to work it inside to Holmes more often. That's off Tywo's hands and out of play.
Very big for both these teams to have key contributors come back for that 5th year offered with COVID.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, other teams in the Big Ten are not going to be happy about that scenario, but I know Lisa Butler told us she was pumped to hear Monika Czinano wanted to come back, and I know Terry Morin felt the same about Grace Berger.
Caitlin Clark on the drive, she was fouled.
Her job slowing down the Hawkeyes and forcing them to play in the half court.
Free throw good for Caitlin Clark after the foul on Chloe Moore McNeil, her first personal. Safe to say that whoever's style of play prevails is most likely to win this game, and for Iowa, that's a high-scoring game. For Indiana, that's more of a defensive struggle.
I think that's exactly how I would have put it, to be honest with you. And Indiana's really good in the half-court running offense and getting Mackenzie Holmes touches.
She's getting touches, but she's just 1 for 4 now after that miss. Caitlin Clark tries to give Iowa the lead. Wraparound pass to Czinano. Scoop shot a little strong. Holmes the bobbled rebound.
And Holmes doing a nice job staying physical in the paint but not fouling.
Cardano-Hillary off to Moore McNeil. That's a good-looking three-point shot. A lot of elevation on it. That's Moore McNeil's second of the game.
I really like the way Moore McNeil has played this season. She understands her role and comes in, doesn't make many mistakes. She just spots up the three-point line and knocks down open shots. That's all Terry Moore needs her to do.
Czinano inside on Holmes. That's the interior matchup we've been keeping our eyes on, not just in this game, but in the first meeting 2 days ago. Czinano winning that battle early here inside Carver Hawkeye Arena. 8 points already for Monika Czinano. Allie Patberg did not get that one to go. That was an unfriendly bounce. Quarterbacked over Gabby Marshall's hands and out of play. We know Caitlin Clark's got a heck of an arm.
That's so important as a post player to get your work done early because everybody in the Big Ten is so big and physical. You have to beat your opponent to the position early.
Patberg over to Goulbe. And Berger inside. That was brilliant ball movement by Indiana.
That's where Indiana's at its best, when they can get ball reversals in the half court and let that end up being a Grace Berger mid-range jumper or a Holmes duck down low.
It's a tough break for Chloe Moore McNeil. She's given Indiana some good minutes in the first quarter. On the cut, Kate Martin. It was intercepted by Allie Patberg. The 7th-year senior, just the second Division I women's basketball player ever to play 7 years. Goulbe knocks it down. Good-looking shot from Goulbe.
Indiana is getting open shots, especially when the ball goes into the interior, because Iowa's defense collapses. The Hawkeyes are not super strong on the defensive side of the ball, so Indiana needs to keep getting ball reversals.
Clark for 3. It's good.
Clark cannot have that much time to get set on an open 3. She doesn't need a ton of daylight to get the shot off, but as soon as she sees one goes in, Clark's a feel-good shooter.
And a great pass from Addison O'Grady to set that up. Patberg's three-point try swirls out. Warnock chases down the rebound for the Hawkeyes. Iowa down 3, final 90 seconds of the first. Clark inside draws the foul.
I'd put it on a replay. She's normally hitting from the logo. That was a little close in for her range.
O'Grady draws the foul.
Against Indiana, Clark finished with 12 assists, and all 5 Iowa starters scored in double figures. That's when Iowa's most dangerous, when Clark is facilitating and doesn't have to get 40 points.
Yeah, that's a great observation as O'Grady hits the second free throw, because Caitlin Clark hasn't reached 20 points in her last 2 games, and you're like, whoa, what's going on? She averages 27 per game, but no, she's getting involved in other ways. Route was jumped by McKenna Warnock, and she waits for Grace Berger to run by her. Warnock's got 5, and the Hawkeyes lead by 1 on a 7-0 run. Holmes is stuffed by O'Grady. Yeah, O'Grady from Aurora, Colorado. Knocks down the baseline J. 4 points for O'Grady. Her season high is 16 against Wisconsin. Final minute of the first. How about the crossover by Berger? That was smooth.
Elite decision because Berger read the defense, saw that the defense jumped towards the screen, so therefore Berger rejected it and got an open look in the mid-range.
That's why Berger has earned some time with the U.S. national team program, the U19 team specifically. Moves like that, athleticism like that. Her national teammate, Caitlin Clark, on the ball now. Not at the same time, but here's Kate Martin. On the offensive rebound, knocked out of bounds. So a foul was called before the inbounds pass, and it puts Feuerbach at the foul line. The Iowa State transfer played AAU basketball with Caitlin Clark. Iowa's the best free throw shooting team in the Big Ten as well. 26-23. Berger centers and nearly knocked it down.
Very dramatic. You don't know how it's going to end, and my goodness, Michigan with a massive win over Maryland yesterday.
Yeah, will someone be crying at the end of the episode as Grace Berger starts the second quarter with a bucket to bring Indiana within one?
You just got to watch and find out.
That's right.
I think it would be great if we had coaches and players go into secret meeting rooms to get interviewed after games like that, where they had to really confess.
I confess that was another great bucket by McKenna Warnock.
Beautiful. Way to get us back on track.
She's got 7. Nicole Cardano-Hillary threw it away, but Allie Patberg was there. Guarded by Caitlin Clark. It's Berger, blanketed by Kate Martin, a really good defender for Iowa, but she draws the foul. It's a 1-point game. Berger already in double figures. How important do you think seeding is going to be among those top 5 teams that we just showed you?
Seeding, especially when you come to 3, 4, 5, will be massive from the standpoint of...
That's a great point about wanting that double bye, because both of these teams in particular, Iowa and Indiana, and there are the top 5 standings again, but Indiana is in a stretch right now where they're playing for the 7th time in 15 days. Iowa has a stretch to close out the season with 4 games in 8 days. So these teams across the Big Ten, not just Indiana and Iowa, are really emptying the barrel right now. And to get an extra day off in the Big Ten tournament when you know you're up against back-to-back games anyway, that's huge. Berger nearly coughed it up. Goulbe is fouled. Tomi Taiwo back into the game for Iowa. Grace Berger with an air ball. How about Cardano-Hillary buzzing around and keeping the possession alive? And she finishes with a contested layup.
I love Nicole Cardano-Hillary's game because she plays so hard defensively, but just gets every single play you could possibly need on the offensive end by cleaning things up like that.
Off the Clark miss, here's Cardano-Hillary again, the all-time leading scorer, and George Mason, and that one came off the top of the backboard, seemingly.
It practically hit the ceiling, but yet stayed in bounds. I mean, come on, she's crafty. You got to give it to her.
Her second season at Indiana, grad senior. And it goes to Czinano. Keandra Brown falls over, but Czinano misses the rare open look. Patberg is fouled by Caitlin Clark.
Got to finish high off the glass sometimes, Chris.
Couldn't get much higher off the glass than that. You'd be over the glass.
You would. Basic physics.
Allie Patberg knocks down another free throw. Her first 2 points to the game. And a much better start for Indiana through the first quarter plus than just 2 days ago in Bloomington.
The Hoosiers have done a great job dictating pace early, and Iowa hasn't really been able to get out and run and play at that fast up and down pace that they like to play at.
Fouls have bogged the game down in the second quarter. 7 points and 4 assists for Caitlin Clark. Megan mentioned she had a double-double 2 days ago against the Hoosiers. That's an easy gliding lay-in, and it's a 1-point game.
And that's a straight line drive that Caitlin Clark had. Indiana has to have help side defense.
Nothing but net. 7 points for Cardano Hillary, who was the Rookie of the Year and later the Atlantic 10 Player of the Year in her George Mason career. And a great asset for Indiana in her nearly 2 seasons in Bloomington. 2-point lead for the Hoosiers. It's now tied as Caitlin Clark is into double figures with 11. Chloe Moore-McNeil back on the floor for Indiana with 2 fouls. Grace Berger too strong from deep. Back and forth game between 2 top 25 teams, both in the top 5 of the Big Ten. Clark totally deked the defense.
She deceived all of us there too, just doing a little round she goes, wide open on the merry-go-round.
Berger had an open look. Looped out to Patberg. Inside to Brown. Guarded by O'Grady. Brown with the up and under.
Brown stayed patient on that play as well. Showed the ball initially and then did her up and under move, deceiving O'Grady as she got the open look on the left side.
Brown started 8 games for Indiana when Mackenzie Holmes was out with that knee injury. Clark short. Cardano Hillary had a hand in her face. What they say about a lot of great players, regardless of the sport, seeing things before they happen. Here's O'Grady, back to Tomi Taiwo. The ball is kicked out of bounds off Taiwo. Indiana possession.
Talking to Terry Moore earlier today, she said in that first matchup, we got beat a lot on back cuts. Iowa runs a read and react offense, and Indiana did not do a good job bumping cutters and allowing a lot of straight line drives last game. This game, a lot better job of not allowing so many open cuts and backdoor cuts from Iowa, but the Hoosiers have to stay disciplined in their one-on-one defense.
Final score was 96-91. Iowa held on to win after Indiana scored 42 points in the 4th quarter alone. Holmes sticks with the play and is rewarded.
Well, Iowa goes to a little flat 2-3 zone that possession, and Mackenzie Holmes is able to draw multiple defenders in, but yet still finish with contact.
And Holmes nearly forces a turnover. Yes, she does. Taken away by Chloe Moore-McNeil. There's Holmes running the floor. Layup good.
These are big buckets for Mackenzie Holmes from the standpoint of confidence, getting her feet back underneath her from an endurance standpoint, but also just see the ball go in the basket coming back from that
injury. Third game back for Mackenzie Holmes after missing 8 with a knee injury. She's played about 23 minutes in each of her first 2 games back and has found her groove in the 2nd quarter here. 4 of her 6 points in this frame. Grace Berger, 13 points for Berger. It feels like all of her shots have come in that area of the floor.
Well, Iowa, again, in that 2-3 zone, and Berger's wide open in the gap. Iowa has to shift to the zone or get to their spot sooner and not allow such open looks.
Indiana +6. Trying to avenge a loss at home to Iowa just 2 days ago. Megan mentioned it feels like a WNBA series with these 2 teams playing each other.
Try to scoop at the ball, but you handle it so well that she's got no chance of actually getting a steal.
Big Ten All-Defensive Team candidate Nicole Cardano Hillary. 4th in the Big Ten in steals per game. Here's Czinano inside, draws the double team. It's pried out of there by Grace Berger. Up to Chloe Moore-McNeil. And it goes. Moore-McNeil's got 8. 10 turnovers for Iowa have cost the Hawkeyes in the first half. Indiana has scored 10 straight points. Iowa hasn't scored in 3 minutes.
Iowa plays so fast that they're more turnover prone due to that pace of which they operate at, but Indiana has done a nice job taking advantage of those turnovers as well.
Holmes, and it's taken away, another steal by Cardano Hillary.
Ooh.
Wrapped around to Holmes. How did that get through? A foul is called.
Earlier in the season.
First free throw's good. Look who it is, Luka Garza. National Player of the Year for the Hawkeyes, who is back in Iowa City to see his jersey retired, his number retired. tomorrow for Iowa's men's game against Michigan State. Men's head coach Fran McCaffrey is in the building taking this one in as well. Good to see the inter-program support. Cardano Hillary, we'll see if they credit her with another steal there. She at the very least helped force one. Indiana really buzzing right now, up 10. Cardano Hillary, that one spun wide right and off the back iron. And an offensive foul called.
Never a dull moment when she's on the floor.
Cardano Hillary is wrecking Iowa right now in her 8th season as Indiana's head coach. A collision off ball there. Maybe this is how Iowa gets going again, just getting to the free throw line.
Anytime as a team you're down, the best way to get back into a little bit of a scoring groove is by getting to the line, get fouled.
Caitlin Clark has got 15 points. Crowd urging on the Hawkeyes at home. Berger on the drive, that's a travel. Gina Cross, Bruce Morris, Brian Enterline, our officials tonight. As a sophomore, and has in fact added to her averages in both of those categories, averaging 27 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists per game this year.
Caitlin Clark is doing things we really have not seen in women's basketball. Not only is she putting up impressive numbers, but she attracts so much attention on Iowa. I mean, everyone's defense is circled around what Caitlin Clark's going to do, and not many other players who are candidates, as you see Holmes get the bucket to go, are on a team rather, where they have other players that can help them. UConn has players that can help out. South Carolina has multiple weapons, but Iowa does too, but Caitlin Clark does so much and attracts so much attention, yet she's having this type of year.
Better year than the very high bar she set as a freshman. After the turnover, however, Grace Berger found some real estate but missed the short-range jumper. Clark now on the kick out to Gabby Marshall. Three-pointer off the mark. Goulbe snags another rebound. Lobbed up way too far out in front of Mackenzie Holmes. Megan, you've appeared on that show.
I love that show. Dave Brevson's my guy. He does a great job on that show. And honestly, though, great content from a women's basketball standpoint.
Clark short from deep. Marshall with the offensive rebound. Steps inside the arc. Missed the two-point try. Knocked out of bounds. Grace Wagoner. So the call is overturned. Iowa gets another chance. McKenna Warnock hits the deck, missed the shot. 10-point lead for Indiana. Final minute of the half as Pat Berg crosses inside, misses the teardrop. Here comes Caitlin Clark. Numbers for Iowa. Transition is where the Hawkeyes are deadly, but she pulls up. About a 3-second differential between shot clock and game clock right now. If you're Iowa, you'd love to go into the locker room with this a single-digit game. To Czinano, she missed. Off the heel. Czinano does not miss very often. We mentioned Iowa is one of the best free throw shooting teams in the country, and Czinano is just under 86% for the season from the line. Gets that one to go. It's a 9-point game. Keep an eye on Berger. She nearly missed a half-court shot at the end of the first quarter. She gets inside this time, uses the glass. If Iowa makes this a closer game down the stretch, which they're playing at home, Hawkeyes played great here, and Monika Czinano gets things going to begin the third quarter.
Czinano was so deep in the paint, she was practically underneath the basket by the time she caught it.
That was a great stat. Indiana 17-1 when they lead at the half. However, Iowa has won 20 of its last 21 games at home against the Hoosiers.
Well, Indiana is a team that when they get going on runs, they're very difficult to stop, and credit Terry Morin's crew for having the veteranship on the floor that they have. All 5 starters have played a lot of minutes together, and they understand how each other likes to score the ball. Therefore, once Indiana gets going at somewhat of a faster pace, it's hard for teams to stop.
Czinano air ball. Good defense by Mackenzie Holmes inside. Holmes versus Czinano, two of the premier post players in the Big Ten, facing off in Iowa City tonight. Holmes in her third game back following a knee injury has played well with 8 points. Czinano has got a dozen. Cardano-Hillary.
And there's the look. And see, Cardano-Hillary initiates that contact there. Going in, and she even lowers the shoulder into Marshall.
Just a veteran player, knows how to draw fouls, knows how to take the ball away after the missed free throw. I guess they called her for a wine violation. And it's Iowa ball. Now this pace is pretty slow by Iowa standards, and you'd think Indiana will take that.
Well, and this is a time where Iowa needs to get the ball inside, just like that.
And 16 points for Czinano after the bounced-in free throw. Cardano-Hillary off to Brown. Kate Martin jostling for the rebound. It's out of bounds, and it belongs to Iowa.
Terry Morin still kind of playing with the lineups and trying to make sure Holmes gets her rest when she needs it.
Gabby Marshall. Martin feeds Czinano. Around Brown, good defense by Brown, tipped back to Czinano. Martin open for three. Off the back iron. Goulbe the rebound. And a travel called. Well, take a look at the rebounds, Megan. Iowa was plus 14 over Indiana, rebounding 2 days ago in Bloomington. Much closer today.
That can make a big difference down the stretch with more chances to score.
Terry Morin made Indiana watch only the first 3 quarters of their game 2 days ago against Iowa again. Clark misses the step back. Did not watch the fourth quarter with them when Indiana made that comeback, but really wanted them to take stock in the mistakes and the missed chances, the extra chances that they gave Iowa because of their inability to rebound the ball. Off the Patberg miss, how about Goulbe? She was not boxed out.
Goulbe didn't even come back down to gather and get the ball back up. That was all in one easy swoop as she went up for the ball. Goulbe like a ball hawk coming in and making sure she finishes the play.
Goulbe had 997 career points coming into this game. Offensive foul called.
She's been a great player for this Indiana team. Great size at 6'3" and just gets herself into positions to score.
Berger misses. With Goulbe now a 1,000-point scorer, it marks the first time in Indiana program history where they have 4 1,000-point scorers on the floor at the same time, and that does not include Nicole Cardano-Hillary. Tough lay-in for McKenna Warnock. Cardano-Hillary has scored over 1,000 points in her college career, but not all of them at Indiana. So it's Goulbe, Berger, Patberg, and Holmes. Czinano the rebound with Iowa down 8. Warnock nearly coughed it up. Brown hits the deck. Goulbe off the bounce. Here's Cardano-Hillary to Patberg. It's a 10-point lead for Indiana.
Indiana just keeps coming up with defensive stops, and it's led to easy transition buckets. Anytime they can get a stop. Look, 27 points off turnovers right now. Iowa with 17 turnovers. The Hawkeyes have to take better care of the ball.
Reaching foul called. Caitlin Clark has only taken 1 shot attempt in the third quarter. Nicole Cardano-Hillary a big part of the reason why. She's off the floor now, and we'll see if Clark has more room to shoot. And it goes to Addison O'Grady, back out to Marshall. 5 to shoot. Clark, step back. Only player in the conference who can hit that shot.
The logo threes, that's more of what we're used to seeing her do.
Holmes, back to work inside. It falls off the front iron.
The last big Iowa run in the first half started with a Clark 3. This could potentially turn into a run.
O'Grady, and here come the Hawkeyes. 5-point game.
And already you see Iowa taking advantage of having Nicole Cardano-Hillary on the bench for Indiana.
It was really instant, wasn't it?
Because Cardano-Hillary has given the Hawkeyes all sorts of trouble on the offensive side of the ball.
Holmes misses the turnaround. Clark with another rebound. Hawkeyes surging here in the third quarter. Caitlin Clark wide right, and it's Indiana ball.
And now Nicole Cardano-Hillary is back on the court. She has 3 fouls in this game, so good call by Terry Moran to put her back in because Iowa went on that 5-0 run, and right now Indiana cannot afford a team like Iowa to start playing fast again.
No question. Over halfway through the third quarter, Indiana has scored just 6 points in the third. Berger guarded by Taiwo. Here's Goulbe on the baseline drive, cut off by Martin. Under 10 to shoot. It's Berger.
Ooh.
Too strong. O'Grady with a tough rebound.
That was still a really good move to the basket. Grace Berger used all of her length to get there.
Taiwo launches. That was partially blocked. Cardano-Hillary up with it. Entry to Holmes. She takes the freshman O'Grady to work.
That's exactly what old school Mackenzie Holmes can do when she gets down in the paint. She's so efficient with her footwork, and just a little shimmy gets the defender to get confused on where she's going to put the ball. Credit Iowa for getting all of these Indiana players in foul trouble. The Hawkeyes are one of the best teams at getting to the foul line and drawing fouls, partially because you have a player like Monika Czinano who's so dominant down low, but Clark is so good at getting to the basket and baiting people into fouling her.
Under 10 to shoot. Clark, short from 3. She's 2 for 7 from deep. Tommy Taiwo tracks down the long rebound. Berger tips that pass and Brown takes it away. Grace Berger missed the pull-up, and then a foul called. Kate Martin checks back in and guards Berger on the inbounds. There's Patberg for 3. Rebound. Again, it's Cardano-Hillary in the mix, but Iowa is able to prevail.
As an opponent, Cardano-Hillary is like that little sister that just won't leave you alone. Just such a pest getting in there.
Caitlin Clark.
Or can Indiana take advantage of the momentum they got from that call?
I think it's a great point. Definitely a momentum swing up for grabs here. Who takes advantage? Holmes lost it. Oh, a foul is called.
And it's difficult as a player to have that mental toughness, but this Iowa team has to check their body language and just control what they can control, and that's making hard plays on the offensive and defensive sides of the ball.
Off the side iron, Holmes goes 1 for 2. Still a 7-point game, but Iowa had it down to 5. Still time left in the third quarter. A lot of basketball left. That's a foul called on Indiana's. Hearing you talk, Megan, you know, it's been officiated very well.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look, these are two physical teams. Iowa drives the ball to the basket a lot. They get fouls called as a result because they're aggressive. And both of these teams have post players that are super dominant and get fouled all the time. But it's been a really good, strong physical game, and it's been well officiated.
Berger pulls up, cans it.
That's just talent. Grace Berger driving to the basket in the mid-range has such a high release point in her shot that she avoids getting blocked.
The senior, who is coming back for a 5th year in Bloomington next year, has 19 points tonight.
Berger stays so patient and composed, and even with the contact, look, Kate Martin's played really good defense tonight on Grace Berger, but the high release point for Berger makes it tough for defenders to get there to block the shot.
Chance for Indiana to extend its lead again after Iowa lost it out of bounds. All the way over to Patberg. Holmes took her eye off the ball.
Now no one has any momentum. It's up for grabs.
Totally up for grabs. Look at the points off turnovers for Indiana, 27. Czinano with the left hand.
Just what Iowa needs to do. Get the ball inside to Monika Czinano and let her go to work in the paint. Right now, Mackenzie Holmes is starting to get a little tired, so that's time for Iowa to take advantage.
We talked about how good Nicole Cardano-Hillary is defensively for Indiana. Gabby Marshall racks up a lot of steals for Iowa, and she helped force one there. 9 to shoot for Caitlin Clark. Clark gets it to go. It's a three-point game. 24 for Caitlin Clark. She's 3 under her season average. 25, beg your pardon. Berger inside. Lead back to 4.
It's a lot of time for Iowa to score.
Plenty of time. Kate Martin, Czinano, Clark. There she goes. Blocked from behind by Grace Wagner. Lisa Bluter can't believe a foul wasn't called. What about Coralville? Could someone get to her from there?
Maybe. Coralville, I like. They got a great Panera there in Iowa City.
I agree with you. Totally agree. Berger, in and out. Chance for Iowa to make this a one-possession game. It's Clark. She tried to wrap it around to Czinano, and it was off the knee of Holmes.
We're not even surprised by it at all. We've almost become numb to it at this point.
Yes.
He was pretty good at basketball.
Well, and you made the comp, to Steph Curry earlier, and she's doing things that just haven't been done by anybody on the basketball floor, and of course she misses there.
Well, I think what's most impressive is leading the nation in assists and in scoring.
That was a defensive breakdown of some kind that allows a practice-like layup for Allie Patberg. It's a 6-point game. Warnock for 3. That looked good from the moment she let it go.
That's exactly what I was going to say. The moment that Warnock can get her feet set, I mean, that ball's going in.
I didn't want to say anything, because if I had, then it would have not gone in, but
right.
Man, that looked good. Iowa needs a stop here. Berger spins in the lane. I don't know what to say.
Grace Berger, she's like a cheat code right now for
Wow.
Indiana. Nobody in a yellow jersey can slow her down. Berger's one-on-one game is going to translate so well over to the pro level. In order to play at the next level, you have to be able to create your own shot. Berger does that.
Warnock just missed a three-pointer. Berger comes up with another rebound. Berger has taken 17 shots tonight. She's got 22 points, and a foul is called. Berger had 21 against Iowa in the first meeting 2 days ago. Her career high is 29. Certainly within shouting distance with 8 minutes to go in the game. Patberg guarded by Clark. Here's Goulbe for 3. In and out. Clark another rebound. Clark to Czinano.
Threading the needle, like macaroni and cheese, peanut butter and jelly, your favorite combination. Monika Czinano, Caitlin Clark is Lisa Bluter's favorite combination, I would imagine.
Pizza and ranch?
I like buffalo ranch.
Like on pizza? Oh, okay. I'll have to give that a shot.
Make it a little spicier.
Okay, yeah, I like it. This game has had plenty of spice. Berger, offensive foul called. Plenty of three-point shooting on the floor right now for Iowa, and a foul is called off ball.
Mackenzie Holmes now doesn't have a sub to go in, so Indiana's going to have to resort to some small ball now down the stretch. Moore McNeil's in a little bit of foul trouble. Cardano Hillary has 3 fouls, so Indiana has to be careful defensively.
Warnock tried the feed to Czinano. It's out of bounds. Alexa Goulbe as the 5 at times and gone 4 out. Berger off the back iron. She's playing with 2 fouls, really the only Indiana player not in foul trouble at the moment. Caitlin Clark looked like she was going to tie the game. Here's Chloe Moore McNeil. Cardano Hillary. Off her knee, it's Iowa ball. Into Czinano. What a beautiful feed and finish. The reverse for Czinano. 1-point game, 6 minutes left.
That pass was so perfect because Moore McNeil was there for Indiana with the help side defense, but talk about threading a needle perfectly. Czinano had a wide open pass to the basket.
Still a difficult reverse. That was just a gorgeous play on both ends. It's Holmes. Double teamed. Gotta call something there. A travel or a jump ball. Nothing is called, and here comes Iowa. Clark brings it back out. Czinano. And 1!
Mackenzie Holmes has 4 fouls now. She has to be careful.
Cardano Hillary goes right up against Addison O'Grady. O'Grady too tall. Here comes Iowa. A 2-on-1. Marshall. O'Grady. Iowa by 4.
Indiana's in foul trouble. Everyone has to be careful down there. I'm waiting for Terry Warren to call a timeout here, and she's going to call it right now.
A 9-0 run for Iowa.
It's either you got to cheer for the game on the court or the Carver Hawkeye cones, the Carver cones in the arena, because those are also really good, by the way.
A kick ball there. One of the many stats about Caitlin Clark that just blows my mind is that she has the scoring record inside 3 Big Ten arenas. Not just Carver Hawkeye Arena, but she also owns the single game scoring record at Nebraska and Michigan. So yeah, she knows how to fire up a crowd all right, whether there are Carver cones there or not. That's a foul. There goes Cardano Hillary. She lost the handle, out of bounds. Iowa basketball.
They've also had 11 steals today, so Indiana just needs to lock down one-on-one defensively and defend without fouling.
Kate Martin wrapped around to Czinano. Everybody who enters the paint for Iowa is looking for Monika Czinano, and most of the time they get it to her.
I mean, why not? You could just throw it up and she'll go find it, and it ends with an assist for you. I'd pass her the ball too.
Pat Berg draws the foul, another one on Caitlin Clark.
That was dramatic. Not everyone's going to foul out, but you have quite a few players who are dealing with foul trouble.
Well, this is a dramatic end to this game, Megan. Indiana's 15 of 19 at the free throw line tonight. And it's a 4-point game. Indiana controlled most of the first half. Iowa started its comeback late in the 3rd quarter and has carried it over into the 4th. Iowa won on the road just 2 days ago against Indiana in Bloomington by 5 points. Czinano and 1. Indefensible right now.
Indiana's forced now to go with a small lineup, and Iowa has to take advantage of that.
Czinano stuck on 29 points. That doesn't go for Berger. Feels like it's gone all night, but not that time. And the lead's still 6. Iowa with the chance to continue to slowly pull away here. Berger takes it away, draws the foul. Indiana needs a bucket. Moore McNeil had 2 big 3-pointers in the first half. Pat Patberg connects. 3-point game. Clark across the timeline. Nicole Cardano-Hillary has not made anything easy for Caitlin Clark tonight. Nearly picked her pocket. Knocked out of bounds. It stays with Iowa. 9 on the shot clock, 2.5 in the game.
McKenna Warnock back in the game for Iowa as well.
Czinano, 31 points for Czinano. That's 7 off her career high.
Clark has a Czinano radar. Those two always are in sync no matter what. And that's so special to have a point guard and post player with that type of relationship. I mentioned peanut butter and jelly earlier. I mean, that's like whatever flavor combination you want. Strawberry jelly, grape jelly, almond butter. Those two are always on top.
Nutella.
Ooh.
Cardano-Hillary, that one rolls in.
Indiana's going to have to get another stop here, defend without fouling, and then come down, try to get into that stop, score, stop mentality.
How can you possibly take Monika Czinano out of the equation right now? You know the ball's going to her.
Well, and Iowa should give the ball to her because they have the size advantage inside, and Indiana is in some foul trouble.
Clark pushes off, knocks it down.
Clark is lucky because she totally extended that arm bar to create separation, and Cardano-Hillary went flying. Clark has 4 fouls, by the way.
Back comes Cardano-Hillary, and these teams are exchanging haymakers right now. Heavyweight bout in the Big Ten. Clark fouled in the backcourt. It's on Cardano-Hillary.
Look, Cardano-Hillary and Caitlin Clark have had a massive battle today. I mean, look, that's an offensive foul right there that Caitlin Clark got away with on that last possession and ultimately ended up scoring. But now Cardano-Hillary has 4 fouls. Clark has 4 fouls. There is a very good chance with how physical they've been that someone's going to foul out in the next minute 18.
Well, forget peanut butter and jelly. This game feels like it could be peanut butter and bananas as we get down into the final minute here. Clark knocks down a couple of free throws. Imagine if she'd been called for the offensive foul. That would have been her 5th.
She has to be careful. She cannot allow Cardano-Hillary to frustrate her too much coming down here.
Offensive foul.
Wow. That's a big call. Now you're still allowed to move as a defender. You can still move diagonally as long as you get there to the spot, and that's exactly what happened there, and Patberg initiated some contact.
5-point lead for Iowa, and we're down to 1 minute remaining. Iowa looking for its 2nd win in 3 days against a top 10 Indiana team. Clark, the kick out. Marshall. Cardano-Hillary had the rebound, and it's last touched out of bounds by Iowa.
Indiana's going to take a timeout here.
Caitlin Clark and Monika Czinano for Iowa, but they have to hold on defensively for 30 more seconds. That's a brick from Patberg, and Warnock comes up with it. Iowa plays keep away until Gabby Marshall is fouled by Patberg.
Credit the way Iowa stayed really patient down the stretch. They were super frustrated after that technical foul got assessed to Caitlin Clark, or intentional foul rather. And the Hawkeyes maintained composure and showed some maturity down the stretch here.
And you said that was really a turning point in the game. Only question was who would, in what direction would it turn, Iowa's or Indiana's? And credit the Hawkeyes for keeping Indiana at bay. The big show coming up next. A lot to break down on another night of basketball across the conference, men's and women's. Indiana's men's team lost today. Women's team needs to pull off a comeback here. Berger with another miss from 3. Offensive rebound. Pat Berg tries from long distance. That's off the mark. Cardano Hillary, but 9 seconds left. Chloe Moore McNeil gets it to go. 6.3 seconds left. It's a 4-point game. Kate Martin gets it in. And Warnock is fouled.
Championship game as well. And this is a team you want to start peaking right now. You start peaking by knocking off Indiana in back-to-back games.
And Iowa and Indiana are going to flip-flop here. You mentioned how top 4 seeding is so important going into the Big Ten tournament. Chloe Moore McNeil has to let it fly. Off the back iron, Czinano with another rebound. That's a double-double for Czinano. And even more importantly, it's another huge win for Iowa over Indiana. Hawkeyes control their own destiny.